I actually had some inquiries already. We really hope to see increase in the numbers, as Tasmania is the most coldest state, is the best place to learn that kind of a sport, isn't it?
What are you looking for in a young person who wants to learn how to figure skate?
I think most of the things are looking for a love for the sport and a passion to do it. Because, of course, it's a long-term, any involvement in the sport is long-term involvement. So, and we want people and kids love what they're going to be doing. So love and passion.
How hard is it to tell whether the child has the passion or the parents have the passion and want the child to have it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell, really, because sometimes parents bring their children in, and child sometimes doesn't know if they like it or not yet, but then they fall in love with it after trying and get to know also the figure skating community in Tasmania. But sometimes a parent actually bring the children in because a child asked for it, and that's actually quite nice.
So you've got a new child comes in, someone who's, 8 or 9, still flexible, still ready to learn. They can't skate yet. How long before you can get them doing, say, a spin?
Well, it's all up to the child as well, and commitment, because obviously if we have a commitment and on a weekly basis, and the child coming every week, at least once a week, and they're really committed, doing them homework, because I, as a coach, always give a homework to do.
So what's typical homework?
It's a stretching and some strengthening exercises, because if you're not strong enough, of course you can't do it. So you need to do your homework to be able to do those things, which so gracefully and so pretty on the ice.
So say, one of these young people, they're committed, they're doing their homework. How long did it take you to take one of these girls and teach them how to spin?
Well, I reckon at least a year or two. It depends on the commitment of the skater.
And what about going up to national routine sort of level?
Well, I just had recently for past 2 years national representative for Tasmania, and she was skating for 7 years now. So 7 years took us to get to the national level.
Do you think someone like that has a chance to go to the other level? Because a lot of the Australians you do see at the Winter Olympics, they've been training and living elsewhere for years. Is there the facilities and the people in Australia that can get people up to that elite level?
There is some coaches that you can work with. It's all up to you to actually find and research and give it a go. But I personally think that there is opportunity here in Australia, so you don't have to necessarily go abroad.
Tell me about your own figure skating. When did you begin?
I began since I was 9, so I'm figure skating now for, my goodness, would be 29 years.
Everyone's doing the maths,
Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. So, but I'm pretty much retired and really committed to coach now. So, and happy to share the knowledge I got from over the years of skating with the community here.
How seriously is it taken in Russia as a sport? Because there's a few people here. It's a little bit of a novelty sport because Australia's so hot over most of it. What's it like back home?
Well, it's hot as well in Moscow, for at least for 5 months a year. So, but we have lots of rinks. We have rinks everywhere within half an hour in Moscow. So we have over 20 rinks just in Moscow. So there is obviously commitment. There is a big government support for the winter sports, and coaches actually have a salary, government paid salary. So you're actually employed to teach skating from a government body.
What have you been teaching the two young ladies I just saw spinning on the ice today?
Well, we're just getting back into the routine for this year, and we're just going through the levels that they passed on the end of 2013, and I've just been checking what they've been doing over the holidays.
Have they been doing their homework?
Oh, I think so. Looking good.
Can you give us a basic little education of the moves we should be looking out for at the Olympics? What are the main moves that you have to do in a routine?
Well, it's certainly the intricate step work, also spins, And, of course, the jumps. Figure skating doesn't exist without jumps.
What are the different jumps and what are the differences between them? Because I hear them being called, this is a lux and this is a double, and I cannot tell which one's which.
Well, actually, this question probably asked quite a lot of time. But what's the difference between the jump? It's approach to the jump and the age you're taking off.
So how does the age make a difference?
Well, it depends which age you're taking off, because in figure skating it's 2 ages. It's inside age on your blade and outside age. So it depends on which age you're taking off and what kind of a turn you do in front of it. That's how it's determined what kind of jump you do. And there is 5 different jumps in figure skating.
Could you do all of them?
Yes.
Can any of your students here do all of them yet?
Well, my national representative used to do them, and my little ones just started learning them slowly, so they could do most. Some of them could do singles now, full singles ones.
What are your names?
Anne, Samantha.
Anne and Samantha, why did you want to learn figure skating?
Because we watched a movie. Well, I did, and I've always wanted to go to the Olympics.
What movie did you watch?
Ice Princess.
What's that about? I've never heard of it.
It's a girl that wanted to skate before, but she never got the chance to, and once she was old enough, she started skating.
So is that just totally your story now?
A little bit.
What about you? Why did you start?
I'm not exactly sure. It was a few years ago now.
Who did you see skating that made you want to skate?
Well, I watched the Olympics and I saw how they did the skating and I thought it was quite interesting.
What is your favourite part of the skating?
Probably the jumps and spins.
Are you good at them?
Sort of.
Is she any good at them?
Oh, yes, she tries her hardest, and she will be good.
What does she need to do to get better?
We'll keep her commitment up and do her homework and listen to her coach.
Can you show me what's the homework for getting a better spring for a jump?
It's a lot of skipping.
Are you skipping enough?
Yes.
And you're skipping on the ice. That looks like you're going to kill yourself.
Maybe with a skipping rope, but not without.
What's your name?
Keelan.
Keelan, how long have you been skating?
18 months.
What made you want to come and try?
Well, I met my coach at Woody Skates Centre once, and I asked her about it, and afterwards I got really involved and been in a few competitions last year.
How did you go in the competition?
I came first in a couple in Tasmania, and I went to the Crystal Challenge in September, and I came second in the Crystal Challenge out of 5 people, which was in Melbourne.
Are you going to be an Olympian one day?
Yes, I hope so.